Sat Shri Akalji. Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that I think gets all of us, that feeling, that gap between what we want and what we end up with, especially when we try to, take a shortcut.
Exactly. And we're going to be looking at a piece of timeless wisdom for this. It's a set of couplets from Guru Teg Bahadur Ji. And what's amazing is how it works as both profound spiritual philosophy, but also just really sharp psychology.
It really is. So, our mission today is to unpack this and see how those little cheats, those white lies we tell ourselves and others, how they can actually build the exact opposite of the peace we think we're chasing.
Let's start with the very first idea in the couplet. It's a simple contradiction. It says, "You desire one thing, but end up with something else."
And that's so true, isn't it?
It is. Think about your own life. You might chase a certain job or a certain status. You chase it so intensely, but life is just so uncertain. Those things are often fleeting, and the outcome, it's rarely what you imagine.
Before we get into the second part, which really holds the key here, I just want to acknowledge the power of the original words.
Hmm.
You can actually hear this couplet recited by A.P. Singh from Sikh Dharamsal.
नर चाहत कछ और की और भई चितवत रह्यो ठगोर नानक फांसी गल परी.
And hearing it just sounds so lively, so powerful.
It really does. And that power leads right into the warning in the second half of the couplet.
Mm,
It focuses on this idea of, well, the trap of deceit.
hmm.
It warns that when you lie or cheat to get something,
Yeah.
you aren't finding a shortcut to freedom. You're actually tightening a trap around yourself. You're creating more trouble.
But hold on, why is something like exaggeration a trap? I mean, in the professional world, you almost have to, puff up your resume a little.
Yeah.
People see that as just part of the game. So why does this wisdom call it a noose?
That's a great question. It's because the trap isn't external, it's internal. You might fool your boss, you might fool your friends, but you can't fool yourself. The second you build any success on a lie, you have to maintain it. And that mental work, that constant fear of being found out, that's the noose tightening. You might get the win, but you realize you don't even like the person you had to become to get there.
Wow. That dynamic is illustrated by something a listener actually shared with us. They said, I once told myself I only wanted a better life or peace. Simple enough, right?
Yeah.
But the way I chased it was crooked.
Okay.
They said, I exaggerated my achievements. I hid my mistakes. I said what people wanted to hear, not what was true. And for a while, they said it worked. Praise, attention, small wins. But inside, something felt heavy.
That's it right there. The temporary gain versus the permanent internal cost, the weight of it all.
Exactly. They went on to say, one night I realized I wanted peace, but I was creating pressure. I wanted freedom, but I was tightening my own noose. I desired one thing, yet ended up with something else. By trying to deceive, I had trapped myself.
That is the couplet in action. That personal story is a perfect illustration. The pressure and confusion our listener felt wasn't some kind of cosmic punishment. It was the direct result of their own actions.
So they were the source of their own misery.
Precisely. They were chasing external peace, but they built it on a foundation of internal anxiety. And that's the core wisdom here. You have to align what you think, what you say, and what you do with the truth. That's the only foundation that can actually support that better life you want.
So the real shortcut,
Yeah.
the only true shortcut to a better life, isn't a clever lie. It's honesty. The only way to find freedom is to stop tightening that noose yourself.
And I leave you with a final thought to mull over. If achieving a goal requires you to hide who you really are, What's the real price you're paying for that success?
A question worth sitting with. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this with your family and friends so not only you, but they too can learn and grow together on this path. Sat Shri Akalji.